What is going on, everybody, and welcome back to the CUFO YouTube channel. It is the Wigan preview, but I'm quickly just going to have a review of the Fleetwood game. Now, my second half crashed on iFollow, so I can't give a full review, and that's why I'm just doing a mini one here. But I thought, all in all, it was a decent performance from Carlisle. It was a good finish from Owen Moxon, a really good finish from him. I thought the defending was a little bit poor for their goal, I'm not going to lie. It looked a bit easy for them to get the cross into the box. Decent finish from Stockley up front for them. And then, as I didn't really see the second half, but a lot of opinions are basically the same, that we did quite well, but it looked like we sort of shut the shop up and settled for a point, which is maybe a bit disappointing with us being in that relegation fight. Obviously, we are now bottom of the league, but it's a good point away from home. 3 points would have been nicer, of course, and great away support as normal from Carlisle, and fantastic from Gabe Breeze in that, so congratulations to him on his debut. And yeah, that's all. I don't really have a lot to say on it because I could only watch the first half. So let's jump into the Wigan preview then. And your matchday predictions are around 4 minutes and 50 seconds for this one. But it is Carlisle United versus Wigan Athletic at the DW Stadium, 29th of December. And it is a 7 o'clock kickoff. I will be there. I'm looking forward to this one. I think it's going to be a very cold one, but I imagine it's going to be quite a good game between two decent teams. But let's meet the opposition then in Wigan Athletic. Of course, we've played them already this season. Wigan Athletic were founded in 1932. Their manager is still Scott Maloney, and the DW is 210 miles as a round trip. It's about 3 hours and 40 minutes round trip, so just under 2 hours one way down there. So safe travels to any Blues, and as well, if any Blues are going to the Chorley as well before the game. I think I'm heading into Blackpool for the day and then coming down to the match at night. But it should be a good day. I'm looking forward to it. Bumper crowd from Carlisle as always. But Wigan sit in 19th position with 23 points. Carlisle in 24th with 17 points. But Wigan are not in the best of form recently. A 1-0 defeat at Derby on Boxing Day, a 2-0 away defeat against Reading, a 3-2 defeat against Port Vale, a 0-0 draw against Lincoln, and a 3-0 win against Preston. I don't know where Preston has came to mind there. A 3-0 win over Fleetwood. And they've got 4 points from their last 5 games with a -1 goal difference. So they're going to be coming into this game wanting the victory and to pick up form. And Carlisle are hopefully looking at this game as a game where we can hopefully maybe take them to the line and maybe get an away win like we did in Bolton. But there, of course, is our head-to-head record last time we played each other. Of course, being that draw at Brunton Park on Tuesday night in a 1-1 game where Wigan fans were absolutely excellent. And of course, Charlie White got the goal for Wigan. I probably expect Charlie White to get another couple of goals because he's a top quality football player, as we know. Someone I think a lot of people would very much like to see in a Carlisle shirt come January, but I don't think we can afford a player of Charlie White's quality. But looking at the ones to watch then, I have already mentioned one of them, of course. You can't not talk about Wigan without the main man, Charlie White. And then we've got Theo Asgard, I think it's called. He was fantastic against Carlisle. He caused us a lot of problems earlier on in this season, so I've got him down as my player to watch as well. As I say, I thought he was a really good player at Brunton Park earlier this season. And I've got Owen Moxon coming back from injury, getting that goal against Fleetwood. A great finish as well from Moxon. And Gabe Breeze as well, who I imagine will keep his place in the team after a decent performance at Fleetwood. So looking into my starting 11 then, it's probably very similar to the one at Fleetwood. I've just made a couple of changes personally. I've kept Gabe Breeze in net with the same back four, with Josh Emmanuel, Sam Lavelle as captain, John Mellish and Jack Armour. I do very much imagine that Sam Lavelle is okay to play in this game. It just seemed to be like a contact injury at the time. It doesn't seem to be anything serious. I've got Obi Moxon, Taylor Charters and Jack Robinson as the midfield three. I think Jack Robinson's fulfilling that role really well in the midfield, and Moxon and Taylor Charters have both came back in good form. I'd start Jordan Gibson for this game, Ryan Edmondson up front and Sean Maguire on the wing. Even though I'm not a massive fan of Maguire on the wing, I would rather him be more central, but that's the way he fits into the team. And I would drop McCallum onto the bench because I just prefer that midfield three as it is. And then we've got quite a solid bench there with Joe Garner, Luke Plange, Dan Butterworth, McCarmont, Barkley, Whelan and Thomas Hawley. I think that's probably a similar team. I think he'll go with a very similar team to what he did against Fleetwood, to be honest. Moving into the matchday predictions, then, it is matchday 24. We are past halfway mark now in the season. I went with a 1-1 draw between Wigan and Carlisle, exactly the same as it was at Brunton Park. I then went with Bristol Rovers 1, Charlton 2, Burton 1, Shrewsbury 0, Cheltenham 0, Reading 0. We could really do with that being a draw to help Carlisle's point situation out. And then went with Exeter 0, Portsmouth 4, Leighton Tovey 0, Wickham 0, Oxford 1, Derby 1, Lincoln 0, Northampton 3, Peterborough 2, Barnsley 1, Port Vale 1, Blackpool 1, Stevenage 2, Cambridge 2, and Bolton travelled to Fleetwood, and I went with a 2-0 win for Bolton there. As you can see, the table, Carlisle bottom with Fleetwood in 23rd, 22nd to Cheltenham after that back-to-back wins, and 21st is Reading. But what are your predictions? Let me know in the comments down below. If you're going to Wigan, safe travels, and I see you guys down there. If you're new here, why not follow my socials at CUFO YouTube? That's Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, and why not subscribe if you haven't already. Thank you so much for watching. I've been CUFO, and I'll see you in the next one.